Hey everyone, this is Opposite here, back with today's video. What if the Foreigners never kept the Flood after firing the Halo rings? The Flood are a huge part of Halo's lore, but they only exist today because the Foreigners kept them for study after firing the Halo rings. But what if the Foreigners thought it wasn't worth it? After all, the Foreigners fight the Halo rings because of how dangerous the Flood are. Is it not more safe to, not keep them on the very places meant to destroy them? So, for the purpose of this video, let's assume they didn't keep them. The Flood facilities were eliminated in fear of a second infection of the galaxy. The monitors and the sentinels of the rings would never exist, as there is no Flood to contain. The Halo rings were meant to be fired only once at the end of the Forerunner Flood War, yet the ring itself could still be fired. As a result, all the Halo trilogy would have been so much different. It would have been just Cortana understanding that the Halo shouldn't be fired, but without oracles or the Graveman to tell him, would the Arbiter or any of the other Covenant actually believe that? One of the biggest points of Halo 2 was the inner conflict of the Covenant, but what if there was no Flood to intervene with in the beginning? Would Master Chief still be able to blow up the ring? Even though the Arbiter is strong, I do believe that Chief would have been able to do it. But what would happen to this version of Self-Adam? Would the Covenant punishment for him would be harsher? Because it was basically them versus humanity, no Forerunner or Flood to intervene? Let's continue this theory and assume that everything goes the same after that. Maybe even the leader of the heretics would have worked with humanity, and that's how we discovered in this alternate reality about the true nature of the rings. But would the Arbiter of the Covenant truly believe that? Would he choose to split up from the Covenant without the Oracle telling him it was all a lie? It seems that, like with some of the previous scenarios, it changes the tide of the war, this time for the Covenant side. But I do think that humanity would have won nonetheless, and the Arbiter would have eventually been betrayed by the Covenant. They've made large strategic mistakes, and Chief killed Regret without the Flood helping. Eventually, he would have to choose and go with humanity, but this time much more bitterly. There would have been much less casualties from both sides, and the time to factions would have been never in the game. I think that also it would have been interesting, it would have been lacking some of what made Halo special. What do you think about all of this? Do you wish that the Flood was over at Halo 3 and never discussed again? Or are you happy with 343 possibly bringing them up again at Halo Infinite? Do you like the scenarios I speculated about here? Tell me down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Opposite, signing off.